Mecca. Sacred places. Mecca is considered to be one of the holiest cities in the religion of Islam. Islam is one of the youngest religions and as well as the second largest religion in the world. Islam was founded by a prophet, Muhammad, in the city of Mecca. Followers of Islam are otherwise known as Muslims, and they worship Allah. Allah is known as God in the Arabic language. The Quran is one of their major holy texts that they follow by, and they use these texts in order to recite teachings, recite prayer, and as well as understand their way of life. All devout Muslims follow by the 5 pillars of Islam, which are declaration of faith, obligatory prayer, compulsory giving, fasting in the month of Ramadan, and as well as pilgrimage to Mecca. These 5 pillars are very important to the religion of Islam. It is very important that individuals stay true to their faith, pray at least 5 times a day, give towards others, fast within the month of Ramadan, and more importantly, make way at one point, make their way to the city of Mecca to attend pilgrimage. Pilgrimage is otherwise known as a time or festivity celebration that all Muslims from around the world come together and they celebrate and they worship Allah. The pilgrimage happens on the 7th day of the pilgrimage calendar and ends on the 12th day. This is a very important festivity for many Muslims because it is something that many of them celebrate and also take heart to. Many individuals within the Islam religion also use this time in order to understand each other, understand why they're within the religion that they're in, and also take heed to many of the different landmarks that are within the Islam religion. To the right, you can see that there's a big black box in the midst of a huge crowd of Muslims, and that is otherwise known as the Black Stone, an object which is believed to be given by Abraham by the angel of Gabriel within the text of the Quran, which is a story that follows a lot of different things. It is known as a sacred mosque, and it is also otherwise known as the Kaaba. However, that huge center in which holds that big black box is otherwise known as the Masjid al-Haram, and it is very important because it is a place and a time which many individuals turn towards during prayer. Mecca is located in western Saudi Arabia and inland from the Red Sea. It is also located in the Sarat Mountains. Mecca as a city has very massive landscape, and this is what many individuals, especially Muslims, value about the city of Mecca. This is what makes it so holy because there are different landmarks that tell a story. So to begin, to the far left you see a mountain. That mountain is otherwise known as the Jabal al-Nur, which is otherwise known as the Mountain of Light. It is near Mecca, and it is clear when you are there. You can see it very, very well. But apparently, the first verses of the Quran were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad inside a cave upon that hill. And every time individuals do go to the city of Mecca, they always have to make a commitment in order to either take pictures, be around it, and really surround themselves within that area. Not only is that an important area, but in the middle there you see that is the Kaaba. As mentioned before, it is otherwise known as an important mosque, the Masjid al-Haram, and it is a sacred site of Islam because, like I said before, it is a place in which individuals, Muslims, they turn towards during prayer 5 times a day. All the way to the right is an image of central Mecca. Central Mecca is very important because not only does it contain different things such as the Kaaba or the Masjid al-Haram, but it also contains different things and different stories that many individuals can tell about Muhammad, and as well as different things that they can look back on, which is very important to the Islam religion. Now, the impact that the city of Mecca brings on within that area is very important because not only does it bring upon different festivities, different individuals, and as well as tourists, but more importantly, it brings on a huge economic source of income. Pilgrimage is very important, like I said before, but not only is it important for Muslims, but it's also important for that city in general. During pilgrimage, many different individuals come from around the world, and they pay for different things, such as accommodations, flights, cars, hotels, and a vast majority of different things just to see to it that they're comfortable, and as well as very get like the most out of the experience of being there. On average, most individuals there spend at least $4,500 on their trip, and estimated of about 3 million people come every year. However, this year only 1.86 million is actually expected to come, but all in all, you can really see the economic advancement that this tradition as well as city brings to this area. Now, not only is the city impacted economically, but it is also impacted socially as well. This city takes a lot of hits and as well as threats because it is one of the holiest cities in Islam, and there are a lot of individuals in the world that are either against the religion of Islam or just plain aren't for it in general. Now, one of the most recent conflicts that happened within the city of Mecca happened during pilgrimage. For starters, on September 24th, 2015, hundreds of individuals within the pilgrimage were crushed to death during Hajj. At least 2,400 people died. And this is because of the mass amount of individuals who came together at that time. There are many individuals crowding one area, and it was just a lot of confusion as well as just a really huge and heavy crowd. And given that they were all out there for one purpose and they're doing different things, a lot of different people got crushed. In the event of. According to the Saudi Arabian government, it took about $60 billion to actually expand the Grand Mosque to see to it that individuals were more comfortable, and as well as casualties like this would not happen again. And they've also managed to deploy at least 100,000 security forces, as well as 5,000 cameras to monitor the crowds, and as well as how individuals interact with each other. Because I think one of the most important issues was the fact that a lot of individuals were crowding each other. They were stuck together, pushed in together, and a lot of turmoil. Just different things were just happening, and a lot of heat and tension within a huge crowd of that nature. Another issue was the Mecca missile attack. Apparently, Saudi Arabia had accused Yemen rebels of attempting to throw missiles within that area during the pilgrimage, and this is due to an attack on the Islam religion, as well as attack on just that area in itself. Like I said before, a lot of individuals are not for the Islam religion, and as a result, they do a lot of different things in order to stop it, or if anything, just prevent the success of a lot of different things that they have going on. And last but not least, why did I choose Mecca? I chose Mecca because more importantly, I'm a Christian myself, so I just thought that it'd be nice to actually understand, a different area, a different concept and idea of looking at God, and as well as understanding the different things that people have going on in their lives. I also thought it'd be an interesting way to really understand what the city of Mecca had meant towards many individuals, because as Christians, our sacred place is Jerusalem, given that is where Jesus was born, and a lot of different other things that happened there. But I've also wanted to consider, how Mecca was a very important place, and as well as to how Mecca was important to other individuals instead of only considering my religion. This project is very important because I feel as if it really does expand your horizon and really help you understand, get a grasp on what it means to be, a part of a religion, as well as understanding it and just respecting it for all that it is. And in its entirety, I could say that this project helped me better understand and as well as appreciate what it means to have a sacred place, as well as just to understand what it means to just value it and to take heed to it, and also just understand where you're coming from. I mean, it's a very nice thing to look back on why you do things and as well as how you do things. And I think Mecca was a very important piece and also important aspect to discover and explore. Thank you, Lashawnda Bynum, Sacred Places.